So we're going to start just in a couple of minutes. And normally we have a person coming on at the beginning to give us a testimonial, but today, because of the fact that there is so much that we want to cover, I listened to the German call, and there's two really big meaty topics that we're going to cover. We're going to go straight into them when we start. We will have a testimonial next week already. We've got one lined up, but today, because of the amount of information that we want to get across, we wanted to give Bart the maximum amount of time. The other thing, which is really important for some people that like the website that we have, which has the summaries of the calls that we do, there's going to be quite a lot of numbers today. And some people process numbers better if they can see them written down. So when you're listening to them today, please be aware that tomorrow, when we put the recording up on the website, there'll be slides which explain all of the numbers that Bart is about to talk about to help you. So similar to the one we did at the beginning, where we had a little animation of someone drawing the numbers out as Bart was saying it, we're going to do exactly the same thing tomorrow. So we'll have a recording of Bart talking, and then I'll have a little animated doodle of the numbers as he's saying it. So that will help you, hopefully, in case you missed some of the numbers that we're going to talk about today. Super. So we've got quite a few people joining. I think, Bart, because of the amount of information that we want to cover today, we're going to start right on time. So people are going to join in the first few minutes anyway, but please feel free to kick it off, because I know there's an awful lot to cover today.
No problem. Thank you, Simon and Kim, for hosting these calls. I really appreciate you guys' leadership. I really do. It's amazing what we're doing as a team here, but I know what it takes to do what you guys are doing, so I really respect what you're doing. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Just a couple things I want to talk about before we get into the main subject is, you know, I use the mathematical equation of 4 who get 4 all the time. Those numbers work. There's a mathematical equation for everything. And when I'm building a networking company, the 4 to me make the most sense of the duplication. That being said, you can do it any way you want. Some people are going to do 10. I'd say if I say 4, most people do 2. If I say 8, then they do 4. You know, it's just, we're all the same. I'm the same, you know. So again, as long as you bring in 1 or 2 people and love more than yourself and duplicate, I mean, you're still going to have huge success if you stay at it. The only time you're not is if you stop doing the right steps. Now, you know, I've seen people bring in 1 person or 2 and have huge success and synergy. So again, I just don't want to put any pressure. I'm just using 4 for the math at what works for me. I've been doing it this way for 25 years. I'm not going to change it anytime soon. But again, whatever numbers work for you, that, you know, as long as you understand the concept. So last week we were talking about taprooting. If you just focused on taprooting in your business and just nothing but taprooting and really understood the art of it, you could be a millionaire in Synergy worldwide, no question about it, because just the math, there's no limit of people you can talk to. If everybody knows somebody on the planet, and just that rhythm, you know, and what I do is I lead people. If somebody wants to be a customer, great. If somebody wants to be a superstar and make $1 million here, great. You know, so again, this training to me is about how to get to huge success the fastest way possible. And again, you might want to take the slow road or a different road. It's, again, there's not one road. This is, to me, is the fast way to get there. So in that, what we're about to talk about right now is if you gave Synergy 10 hours a week, and Synergy is going to pay you for 1,000 working for you. So how I look at this is I always want to do 10 years worth of work in one, my goal when I start something. And even my traditional business in Seattle here, I did the same thing. I go, okay, I got to be successful here. Failure's not an option. So I'm going to do 10 years worth of work and we'll just work harder than everybody else and have success. So if you work 10 years, for example, that would be 19,200 hours based on 40 hours a week. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do that in 6 months. So if you did that in 6 months, in theory, you would literally have 9 years and a half to goof off the rest of your life. And then what's exciting is that's just, you should, by doing this correctly, that money's not going to stop ever. I mean, to this day, if you look at Will Martin that died in 2014, his family's still getting paid the rest of their lives. And they're going to give that to their kids and those kids. And I mean, it will go forever. So the work Will did in 90 days will pay him and his family for the next 100 years. The law of synergies in business, which it should be, since we're the #1 manufacturer in the world and we got all these kudos in our name. So one of the ways I use this, give Synergy 10 hours and Synergy will give you back 1,000 hours. Most people have a job. Most people go to university to get a job that pays them the rest of their life to get some kind of pension, to some kind of retirement. The pension is usually horrible these days, and you're trading your life per hour. So to me, it was a simple way to understand kind of what we're doing mathematically. So if I'm approaching someone that has a job, this is my #1 pick of approach, which would be trying to find out first, before I even tell them anything, I want to know if this person has any big dreams. Okay. Find out with this person I'm recruiting into Synergy is I want to find out is if this person works 40 hours a week, is it going to match what he wants in his life and dreams? Because is it going to get him his dream car, his dream house, his dream family life? Is it going to give him freedom to enjoy his kids growing up or his grandkids, And so all these questions before I give them the pitch of 1,000 hours a week, I want to know more about this person. So again, the art of recruiting and Synergy is really the art of listening and asking the right questions. And that's the #1 thing. Everybody thinks, hey, is there some kind of magic script here that will cover all bases and I'm a win? Yeah, that will work if you have 1,000 contacts and you're reading off some sheet, yeah, and you're doing mass phone calling, yeah, a script would be fine. And then you're just throwing against the wall, anybody's good, and see what sticks. That's not what we want to do here. We don't want to lose anybody unless they absolutely don't want to go. And so the best way to have the huge success is to listen 99% of the time. So I'm going to ask questions to the person I want to recruit. And this person has a job. This person's working 40 hours a week. And I want to find out what I'm looking for in the questions is they probably aren't going to get their dreams they want. Or what's going to happen after you're 65? What kind of income are you going to make? What if I could show you your check is going to go higher after you retire with Synergy Worldwide by using this principle. So then after listening, and again, this could take months, this could take weeks, this could take just a process of just taking my time and getting to know this person. I'm going to go, hey, what if I can show you, I'm working on a project, Synergy Worldwide. I think it'd fit perfect for you. And let me show you a way, if you gave me 10 hours a week, you're working 40, in return, within 90 days, we should have 1,000 hours a week working for you. Would you be interested in that? And then I keep quiet and let them answer the question. Either they're going to say, yeah, that sounds good. Show me the numbers, or no, thank you. I'm not interested in 1,000 hours a week working for, which I've never had anybody yet tell me, no, I don't want 1,000 hours a week working for me, and I give you 10. It's just, even if they tell me no, they're still going to listen a little bit to go, okay, what are you talking about? Because this is intriguing, right? So let me show you how the math works. Again, I'm going to use the 4s like I did in Taprooting, the same mathematic equation, but I'm going to just put hours towards it so you understand it. So in this case scenario, let's say Kim and Simon are the upline, I'm the upline, and there's 150 hours in your upline with Paul Blatt and everybody that you can use to help your business. So you don't have to, maybe some week you don't have 10 hours, but you got an upline to fill in those spots to help you still accomplish your goal. So 150 there, you're putting in 10 hours, okay? So your approach now is finding, you have 30 days to find 4 people that want 1,000 hours a week working for them. Okay, does that make sense? Excuse me. So now, so month one, you find 4 people that want 10 hours a week working for them, or 1,000 hours a week working for them by putting in 10. So that's 40 hours plus your 10 plus 150 above you, okay? Month 2 is all of us, the upline, yourself, we're gonna help those 4 people then do the same thing. We wanna help those 4 each get their 4. Now again, the only thing we're selling here is, hey, Synergy is gonna pay you for 1,000 hours a week working for you. You're gonna put in 10, you're gonna get on auto ship, you're gonna set up, let me introduce you to the upline, just same steps, but we're gonna put it in an hour. So month 2, you now have 16 people in your second group. Your people's people have, that's 160 hours. And in month 3, that 16 turns into 64, okay? We're gonna help those 16 people get 1,000 hours a week working for them, which is turning into 64 people, which is 640 hours. So if you do the math, and that's 3 months, okay, 90 days. So you got 64 at 10 an hour, that's 640, plus your 10 is 650. Then you have the 16 people is 160 plus the 40 is 200, right? That's 850. Then we have 150 in the upline. There's your 1,000 hours a week working for you, including your 10 hours. So that's how we get to 10 hours. But here's what's interesting. On this group, we're not going to stop selfishly. We love our people more than ourselves, okay? That's how this is going to work. We have to put all our energy to making sure no one gets left behind and make sure everybody hits this goal. So the upline, yourself, and these 4 people, we want to help them do the same thing. So we want to go their 90 days, which is 120 days for you. After 90 days doing the same math, they're going to go down and have 1,000 hours a week working for them, right? Which that's what we want. But what's exciting when that happens, when you help your 4 people get 1,000 hours a week working for them, you're going to get 3,400 hours a week working for you. Does that make sense to everybody? Simon, does that make sense? And the math doesn't lie, guys. There's the math. It's perfect math. And all you have to do is find 4 people, in theory, anywhere in the world, go, who wants 1,000 hours a week working for you? 4, and if 4 come forward, great. Now let's duplicate that, okay? So if we can help those, but we don't want to stop. We want to help those 4 people help their people get 1,000 hours a week working for them, right? So again, the math gets crazy, you guys. It gets over 10,000, it's about 14,000 hours when you help your people's people. That's it. You help your people's people get 1,000 hours a week working for them with the same mathematics going down. You have 14,000 hours working for you in Synergy Worldwide. You're only putting in 10. See, this is where when you hear these stories of these maniacs in network marketing making millions of dollars and tens and all this crazy, this is what they understand. They understand the mathematics and the hours per freedom. You're now going into some weird mathematical equation because you're still only putting in 10 hours a week, but yet you have the freedom. It's like of 14,000 hours. Now that's a week. You're getting paid 14,000 hours a week, paid for by Synergy by just helping your people's people, 16 people, make 1,000 hours a week working for them. I mean, I think every single person can do it. But the thing is, no one ever teaches us some of the reasons too, because in other network marketing companies, a lot of the leadership honestly doesn't want you to succeed because then you're cut off. In our compensation plan, I want everybody to do better than me because we all win here. There's no cutting off of people. If you have more mega match than I do or whatever, yeah, you're going to have a bigger mega match check. It's fine. But here, no one gets cut off. It's not even level that we're paid infinity to everybody wins. So I want to teach this to the masses because when you understand how to leverage 10 hours into 14,000 hours just by helping your people's people, I mean, it's hard to go, no, I don't want that. And this is paid the rest of your life. This is not something that's, and if it keeps going and we keep helping the third generation, I mean, look at it this way. If 10 years of work is 19,200 hours, okay, at 40, what is 14,000 hours is like 7 or 8 years of work, and you're doing this in less than 6 months. And again, everybody's only, some people, let's say, are doing 2 hours a week. Some people are doing 14 hours a week. Everybody's doing a little different on an average. And again, the math, it'll never go perfect for who get 4. It's like some are going to do 10, some are going to do 2, most are going to do 1. It's all good. It still works out. Still 1,000 hours, however you slice it. It's, and then pretty soon you're thinking, well, how much money did I make when I sleep? How much money do I make per minute? How much? It changes everything. And again, imagine every one of these people they're putting 10 hours is on auto ship, taking Progenine, saving the life of somebody's cardiovascular disease somewhere, and we're making a difference. And that's how we save 1 million lives around the planet, is we get everybody duplicating their time now expands so fast that you're free. You are literally free the rest of your life. So any comment on that, Simon?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of points in that I want to just dig a little deeper into. The first one is just to remind people that all of those numbers are going to be on some slides tomorrow, so you will be able to work through them. But there was a really interesting point that you mentioned halfway through that part that I want to focus on, which is in a lot of network marketing companies, as they grow, they stop earning because there's a limit to how much money you can earn depending upon how many people you bring in. And that's how their compensation plan works. Can you just touch for the new people, why is Synergy's compensation plan so different in that respect?
Yeah, no, it's great, because I've been in a company where I was capped. You know, I couldn't, and when my people did better than me, which I want them to do better than me, I mean, it cut me off 90% of my income, which was fine, but that's what happens. And that's what happens at Nu Skin, Herbalife, all these other companies out there. This is how they're designed. That, you know, when your people down below start doing better than you, you're cut off that whole group, because they can only pay so many generations of leadership. We're here. I'll give you an example. The strong leg, as long as it could pay, and I'm breaking this in half. In the compensation plan, if you read it, it says we pay 4% on the leadership bonus. Okay. Which nobody, I mean, one company that pays on the strong leg alone. We're the only company that I've seen out there publicly traded that pays on the strong leg. So if it says 4, let's just break it down to 2%. So that means every $1 million that you have on your strong leg, you're going to get paid $20,000, okay, or euros or pounds. You know, it's 2% or whatever it is. Now I'm cutting it in half. I'm trying to keep this real, trying to keep it conservative. I'm cutting the comp plan in half. It's really more than that. So if you're one of these people, now let's say we just, this takes off and it starts going around the whole planet, right? That leg, it could go into $10 million. Now, some of you are going, I can't even think that big, and neither can I. But guess what? I've been there where it's done that in my last company. I couldn't stop it. I didn't know 99% of those people, but I loved them all, you know, and but knowing with this company, all you have to do to get paid, for example, let's say it goes to 1 on your strong leg, okay? And you're getting paid over 20,000, which is great. And you don't know any of those people, but you love them all. All you have to do in this compensation plan, you don't have to be balanced. You just have to have 200,000 CV here and 1.2 million here, and you get paid on the whole 1.2 million. So the match is 6 to 1. So 6 to 1 here, you know, 2 times 6 is 12. So that's all you have to have. Now, if this goes to 2.4, what do you have to have here? You have to have 400,000. You know, it's just a simple. So just remember, in any other compensation plan on the strong, you got to be balanced. And here it's 6 to 1, which is really fair. So you have to do something. Now, again, you're not cut off. So let's say you did, if you had 1.2 million there, you're still paid up to, 600,000, which is still great money. But what does it do? It forces you to keep building your weak leg. So everything in this compensation plan is forcing you always to build that weak leg. So you never stop building, and you never stop helping, you never stop loving these people. You're just constantly, but it's such a generous compensation plan. I've never seen anything like it. And that's why there's so many, that's why a lot of people in Korea are going for those $1 million checks, because they've made the 100, they've made the 200, they're going for 500, they're going for $1 million. And the key to that is the mega match and the strong leg is what's going to get them that huge check, because they know if they can get it up to a $10 million leg and they're getting paid, you know, 20,000 per million, that's a nice check.
Yeah, that's a great point. And right at the end there, you touched on something else that I wanted to bring up, because you talk about the fact that you continue to love people, you continue to work, you continue to grow. What about those people that say, well, you know, I've signed up for this 12-week course, I've done the course, I'm going to get my 4 people and they're going to go on the next course. Why should I go on the course? I've done it once. I could just put my 4 people on and let them go off.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. I don't care. You know, this course is, what I'm trying to do is I could stop right now with Synergy. I could be done. I could be retired. And I've tried that. I've sat on the beach in Hawaii for 2 weeks. And after about 2 weeks, I go bonkers after snorkeling and paddleboarding. But it's just like, I love what we're doing here, okay? And all I'm trying to do on this course is I'm just teaching everybody everything I know, how to get everybody there where I'm at right now. And if you don't want the knowledge, then you don't need it. I'm not looking for everybody to, you know, anybody can do it. But it's not mandatory. If you're happy where you're at and you think you know it all, then what the heck, you know? It took me years to study this. And if it was me and I really wanted to be successful, I would be on this course getting on there with them, making sure everybody's on there, listening, having intelligent, and just, it's no different than being anything professional like a doctor, a lawyer. You just can't just jump in there with a scalpel and go, okay, yeah, I saw the video, I'm good now, I'm going to cut you open and let's see what happens. You know, no, you gotta practice this. You got to understand the math. You got to be able to go, because it's, again, when you're talking to people, there's so many angles to it. It's almost like martial art, okay? When someone comes at you, you're using their energy to fight back depending on what move they do. And that's all we're doing, is I'm teaching you to react to the people in a certain way that's going to have the best results for closing them into Synergy, basically.
That's a great analogy. And it also, I think, leads into the second part of the training today, where you're talking about knowing things and talking to people. And I know you want to touch on a really important topic today, which is 3-way calls. Why are they so important, Bart? Oh,
they're key. But one last thing though, just popped in my head here, Simon. Again, this is a leadership call. This is for somebody that wants to make, you know, 2,500 to 50,000, 100,000. If somebody's just going, hey, I just want free product, this isn't the call for you. It really is not. This is somebody that's starving for information. I want to be successful. How do I become successful? How do I get freedom in my life? This is what this call is about. And again, it's not for everybody. And again, if it's not for you, I wouldn't waste your time, you know. But to me, I've been studying this for 25 years, and I've been trying to learn everything I can because I want to be successful. In my life, I want to go travel the world and goof off because I don't know how much time on this planet. So that's what motivates me, is to have the best experience I can on this planet and goof off with like-minded people. But again, everybody doesn't want that, and that's okay. You know, we still need product users, we still need customers, and some people are going to go, well, I can't talk to anybody. Well, that's fine. You know, we at least need to bring in one person. If not, then, you know, what's the point? But it just, again, I just want to say, you don't have to get 4. You don't even have to be here. If you knew 4 people that wanted to be here, great, and you could still make money without being here. There's nothing wrong with that either. There's no wrong or right. This is just, look at this as the fastest way to get successful in Synergy, you know, and I don't want you taking 10 years. I'm trying to do it in 6 months. So by this knowledge is helping you get the success you would have had in 10 years and 6 months. You get it over with and go enjoy your life and spend the money. So that's it. So back to your question about 3-way calling. Okay, so 3-way calling, Simon, is key to the business, because when we're going down and taprooting, or we're going down and sharing this 1,000 hours a week, we have to communicate upline to downline. We got to build these bridges, and there's so many times where people go, well, I can answer all those questions, you know, and it's dangerous. So what I've learned to do, even if I know all the answers of the endothelium and the nitric oxide and how everything works, I go, I don't know, you know. I mean, it's just because I want any excuse I can to introduce the upline. A lot of times I've lost people in the past because I'll come in previous companies and I didn't introduce the upline, and that person didn't see a team, and that person would have probably stayed if I would have got the upline and saw that, wow, this is an amazing group of people here. So the three-way call is probably really important for your business. I want to say taprooting is probably the most important, but three-way calling is equally important. So for example, let's say we're building your 4 people and all want 1,000 hours a week working for you, okay, working for them. So what we want to do is, and I'm the upline, Simon and Kim are the upline, and we're here to help, but I'm the first of the upline, and Kim and Simon are above me in this case scenario. So I'm working with you. I personally sponsored you, or you know, these people, they're brand new. They have some questions, and they go, okay, hey, I want to make $2,500 a month, and I have a question about Proarginine. Well, I know both answers, right? But I go, hey, you know, let me introduce you to Kim and Simon. They're heading off the whole UK. They're the leaders in Europe, and they're amazing people. Let me just introduce you, and they'll answer that question for you. Now, again, I could answer the question, but I'm not going to answer the question. My answer every time is, let me introduce you to Kim and Simon, because this person is a customer. I'm not going to waste Kim and Simon's time. But this person has big dreams. As soon as that person went, you know, I have big dreams and goals. I want to make 2,500 and then go from there. I want this out of my life. Can you help me do that? I know just the people that do that. So what I'm going to do is I'll go, okay, what times work best for you? I can't wait to have you introduced to Kim and Simon. I'll call Kim and Simon and go, okay, I have Robert on the phone, and Robert wants to make 2,500 pounds a month. They will have a question about Proarginine. They have some great contacts. When would you be available to meet Robert? And then you're going to give me a couple times. We'll go back and forth. Now, we establish a time. I call Robert first. This is important. I don't call Kim and Simon first and then call Robert, because then it looks like Kim and Simon and myself are ganging up on Robert, okay? So we don't, subconsciously he's going to feel like this pressure. So what I want to do, the proper way to do this is I'm going to call Robert first. Robert, I'm so excited to introduce Simon, and we're going to get all your questions, I promise. Then I'm going to get them on the phone. They're going to pick up. If not, I'm going to be ticked, you know, because I'm going to go, look, I'm calling you in 5 minutes. Pick up the phone. I'm here with Robert. So I'm already got this kind of pre-lined up. Now, I get on the phone with Kim and Simon, Robert, myself. I got the floor, okay? I'm edifying Robert. Kim and Simon, I'm so happy you meet Robert, good friend of mine. Has some big dreams and goals, wants to make 2,500 pounds. I know you can help. Has a question about Proarginine. Now, with that, it's, you know, Kim and Simon, you've been my friends. You guys are, you know, the leaders in Europe, and I'm excited to, you know, really introduce you guys, okay? So now I keep quiet. You guys, Kim and Simon now are talking to Robert directly. I am just listening, okay? Now, the only time I'm going to type in is if I know what questions that Robert has. And if those don't get addressed, I'm going to go, hey, excuse me, Kim and Simon, let me jump in here. I know Robert he really wants to make 2,500. Could you show him with the Mega Match how to make the 2,500? And so I'm going to redirect Kim and Simon to kind of answer those questions so we don't get too product-y. Then I'm going to keep quiet again. But meanwhile, I'm just going to make sure these two parties are together, okay? Now we've formed this team. So now we get off the phone. Robert feels comfortable enough to go, okay, hey, now I'm going to tap Robert. Here's the team. It's an awesome team. Who else do you know that we can introduce to Kim and Simon? But again, I'm going to raise the bar with Kim and Simon. Go, look, these guys are highly professional. They're very busy. If you have anybody serious, they'll run with you, but they're not going to sit with you. So I don't want to waste their time unless you have somebody really good. If not, I'll handle that person. you know, until we get you more trained. And so then I'm a taproot, hopefully 4 people out of Robert, anybody that's really serious, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay, Robert, you're new, I'm semi-new. Let's introduce them to Kim and Simon, okay? At this point, we're going down, but now there's different personalities. There's myself, Kim and Simon, and Robert. So now when we go down to Peter, let's say, Peter has a choice to go, okay, who is going to fit better with my people? Is it going to be Robert, Bart, Kim, and Simon? Because now we're forming this team. And now I've trained Robert to do exactly what I'm doing. And we're all just, we're just trying to duplicate and keep it simple. So 3-way calling is the #1 best way to communicate. I mean, it's what I do all day long. It's the only way to communicate. And I never have an answer. I always have the upline. Like when I first started, every single person went to Paul Blatt. I didn't have any answers to anything on this planet because I didn't want to lose anybody. I wanted to show there's a solid team here, because leaders that come in sometimes and they don't see a team behind them, they need to see excitement. They need to see, wow, I'm in the right team. I'm excited. Now, at the same time, Kim and Simon's going to go down to Robert and go behind my back and go, you're so lucky working with Bart. This is the best team we have. You know, your people are in good shape. I'm going to keep edifying Kim and Simon. They're going to edify down. I'm going to edify up. Together, Robert's feeling pretty comfortable. He's going, man, I'm on the best team. I can be successful here. I got a group of people around me that really care and they want to. So practice 3-way calling, keep it simple, and practice the numbers on the how to get tens of thousands of hours working a week for you, which is, and again, it's nothing you're probably doing. Just keep it simple, but put it into, you know, hours working for you. You'll see that the mathematics huge. So does that help, Simon?
Yeah, it does. I think it's really important. And I think the combination of taprooting and 3-way calling, if you can master those 2 things together, you can absolutely nail this business. And I know I haven't primed her, so hopefully she won't kill me later. Kim, I know you have been doing an awful lot of 3-way calls lately. How have you found doing those 3-way calls success-wise? And sorry, by the way.
That's all right. Yeah, I mean, we always do a lot of 3-way calls, but I've been doing quite a few 3-way calls for the lovely Nettie there the last 2 weeks. She's really super embraced it. She has, and well, I think actually you did the first 3-way call for her, and that guy is, you know, really looking at it seriously. Not over the line yet, but we think he will be. And then we've had another couple of calls with a couple of women since then. They're both joining in March. We've got another 3-way call on Friday and another one that's just been rescheduled for next week. So, you know, it's a really powerful thing to do. And, you know, I think Nettie feels supported. I love working with Nettie. I think she's got the most awesome attitude. We've been doing some training calls with her brother as well, and Mark is on the call and getting some people to be introduced to for him. So we're sort of working down into the next generation, and it's just, it's fun, you know. It really is a lot of fun, and it's the most effective way in my 10 years experience. I've found 3-way calls is one of the most effective ways to communicate about what we're doing.
Thank you very much. And I think one of the other things that I particularly like about 3-way calls, especially for new people, is that it takes the pressure off the new people in terms of if the other person at the other end is you know, asking any difficult questions or is perhaps not as interested. It's the third person that is taking the pressure off that, not the person that's actually organized the call in the first place, which makes it much easier for new people to feel more positive during calls, because that pressure doesn't exist on the new people. All they do, as Bart said, that all you do is you spend that couple of minutes at the beginning of the call introducing the 2 different parties on the call to each other, edifying them both, doing a bit of homework and you know, letting your upline know a bit about the person before the call so that they can be prepared. But then once that's done, hand over the call, don't jump in and answer questions. As Bart said, even if you know the answer, let your upline do the work. And I think that's been absolutely key in the way that you built your business, Bart.
Oh, I did everything on three-way call. Still do. And I've done it for the last 25 years. The problem is when I was master distributor, I was at the top. There was no one to do a three-way call with. And so I find that was the only frustrating part for me, is I was the top and there was no one above me. So but I still I did pick somebody and then do stuff together, because you need that third party validation. You can't edify yourself. There's no way, but I could edify you and Kim all day long and going, hey, you guys are the great leaders in Europe. Let me introduce you to Robert. I mean, it's just smooth, and it takes a lot of my stress off me, and so it just makes sense. And so if everybody could just practice, and there's so much to it. The art of three-way calling is really to get on there, be quiet. When you introduce and you do the proper steps, you just have to keep quiet until somebody, unless it's not going the direction you want, then you just guide it to where you want. But just let the upline take care of it, and trust a little bit and let go, and then that's duplicatable. Everybody could do the same thing.
And we had one question that came into the chat, which is, if you're the new person and you're talking to someone and you're trying to get them on a three-way call, and they're really trying to pin you for answers to questions, and they're not really, they're not moving towards a three-way call. They're saying, well, this sounds interesting, but tell me about it. I want, I know you tell me about it. How would you recommend new people sort of deal with that pressure at the beginning, maybe, to answer those questions?
What I do is I always answer those questions in stories. Like, let's say, for example, someone's, and they're questioning themselves, then I use, hey, my friend Will Martin was homeless, or I always try to match a story that kind of makes sense to that person, and go, hey, this is an exciting company, and go, but I'm avoiding being the expert in the product expert or the compensation plan expert. I'm going, look, I'm not the expert here. Simon and Kim are. I just want to introduce you. They're great. You'll find that it's just awesome to talk to. But this has been a wonderful experience of my life, and this product literally saved my life. And then I can go into a product testimony or whatever direction I go. But you're going to run into that a lot, I like the subject that you and I were talking about this week, Simon. It was, the question I believe you asked was, and this has been coming up for 25 years, and it was funny you brought it up. So the number one question I get is, Bart, just give me the script, what I need to say to everybody, and then let me be successful. That's all I need. I don't need this training. And the answer is, there is no script. I mean, seriously, it's like, I wish there was, but we're dealing with human beings here. Every human's different. Every human wants something different. And what we have to do is listen and find out what they want out of their life, and show them, hey, perfect, with Synergy Worldwide, you can have this. Oh, and by the way, I bet my life that people I don't know, and you can get a mega match if you introduce me, type thing, and just start the process. You almost got to take people where you want to go. But what I'm trying to do on this training is, you're going to ask the question, they're going to ask questions, but you got to be able to have a conversation back and forth. And so everything we're talking about on this training, it might not make sense to you right now, but it's going to fill in and go, oh, I know how to answer that. I know how to answer it. I know how to answer it. And that's all I'm trying to do, is have you be able to react to that conversation in a proper way, so we have a higher percentage of not losing that person because we go, I don't know. It's like, it's like when I'm dealing with other companies, they go, well, why should I join Synergy? So this company, I go, well, I don't know. We test 1 part per trillion. How do you, if there was 1 drop of radiation in 23 Olympic-sized swimming pool, we'd find it. I don't know where your company's even manufacturing. Do you know where your company's manufacturing their products? I don't think so. I can show you. And then I'll get bold and go, hey, I'll go to your manufacturer. Why don't you go to mine, and let's just compare. And I've been so gutsy. I've been, look, I'll leave. I'll quit everything I'm doing right here and join your company if you can prove that your manufacturer is better. Knowing that we're number one, there's not a chance in hell that's going to happen. But it's a safe bet. And so each time they go, so we have so much leverage here if we just use it, but we have to use this training to be able to have these conversations so we can have success.
Yeah, we were speaking to an executive business coach today, and we were talking about the pieces of the training that we were doing, and we talked about tap routing, and we explained the concept to this coach, and then we talked about three-way calls and mixing the two together, and then talked about the numbers that you talked about, and he said, "Is it really that simple?" He said, "Why are people making it more complicated?" He said, "Taproot through people, get people on the training, make a three-way call, repeat." He said, why do people need to make it any more complicated than that? And this is a guy that is paid an awful lot of money to teach executives on how to be at their best performance. And when we explained these two concepts that you've been talking about over the last sort of 3 weeks in a lot of detail, he was like, "I cannot believe that it is that simple," but it is.
It is
absolutely flawed.
I think we should cut out. You got this thing. I'd edit it down just to what you just said. Get rid of the other fluff that I just said, and just do that. And then this is the best training ever, because it is. It's that simple. What you just said. But you know what's funny is people really do complicate it, and they get nervous because, like, I can't talk to anybody. I can't talk to anybody more than one. Or it's like they're sabotaging themselves before they even start. And I'm like, no. It's like, come on, everybody can do this. But by doing a three-way phone call, look at the three-way phone call as a crutch. So even if you know nothing, you can still make millions just by leveraging the upline that knows something. And that's all I did. And that's how I got started in network marketing. I knew nothing in network marketing. I was horrible. All I did is leverage the upline and made a ton of money. And I'm going, hey, man, anybody can do this. This is great. And then just started the pattern going. Trust me, if I can do it, anybody on this call can do it. Okay? I'm telling you right now. It's not, you just got to do it.
Well, I think today has been an excellent training session. There was a lot of detail in there, and I'm glad we got through it. Can you give us a little insight, a little snippet, Bart, into what we're going to be talking about next week?
Next week, I really want to go into mindset, because I think that if I can I just want to get everybody's mind in a different place. Because what we're going to talk about too is if you think negative thoughts, I can't do it, guess what? You're right. You can't do it. But if you go, hey, I can do this. This is easy. You're right. It is easy. You can do it. So what we have to do is we have to, just like you said, Simon, it's that easy. So what we have to do is we have to get the brain going, well, I can do this. And if we get everybody's brain going, I can do this. You can't, we have an army of just positive people. We can't do it. But if you go, no, I can't do this. I can't bring in one. Then you're right. You can't bring in one. You know, I'm going to fail. Yeah, you're right. You're going to fail. You know. It's like, or I'm going to be a millionaire in this thing. When I came into Synergy, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be a millionaire in this company. 10 hours in the next 6 months. But actually, I went on my business plan. I went 10 hours in 1 year. So it's everybody can do what we're training here. And with this training, we're just making the fastest path to success. So, and again, you're not by yourself. If as long as you do a three-way call, get the upline working for you. Think of you as the CEO to this, and you're just directing everybody else to do your job for you. You don't have to do anything here. Just direct people and pull them to the upline and just sit back and go, let's see what happens. I mean, we can't make it any simpler here for success. And if they still don't want success, I don't know what to say.
Well, they can be a customer.
Yeah. But again, a lot of people, it's not for everybody. It's not. And we love everybody. Even if they decide not to, it's okay, you know. But what I don't want to hear is, well, I tried that Synergy thing. I didn't bring anybody in, but I tried it, and it wasn't for me. Okay. You know, it's like I hear that in other network marketing companies because I hear all the time, hey, so-and-so was in this company, and they've done a couple of these type of companies. I'm sure everybody's heard that. And then I start asking all the questions. Well, tell me about this person. What kind of success do they have? Did they even try? Did they treat it like a business? Or, you know, because I take it pretty serious. I don't want to talk to them unless they're really serious here. I'm not just here to try to see what happens. I'm here to use the math in my favor to take as many people. You know, I want to help. My goal here is simple. I want to help to see as many successful people as possible. And I want to see as many people as possible past me. So, yeah, I've raised the bar a little bit, but I haven't raised it that high. Anybody can do better than what I'm doing. And I want to show you how simple it really is. But it might take, we're going to do this training over and over again as many times we can this year. And I highly recommend being on there. And I highly recommend getting as many people, even if it's one person or whatever, on the next one. And again, if you have a bad attitude, but you got 4 people that are positive, you might make a ton of money despite yourself. You never know. But at least if you just got to get the people in front of the wave.
Absolutely.
It's a crazy business. It's awesome. I love it. I mean, you just don't know, but I know it works. The math works 100% of the time. It's just people are going to mess it up along the way. And what we got to do is we got to surround those people, love them, and make sure no one's left behind. Unless they go, hey, I want to be left behind. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I want to fail. Okay, we love you anyway. Good luck with fail. I don't want to fail with you, so I'm going to move forward. And I apologize if I get a little dramatic. It's just the way it is. It's like, there's no reason to fail here unless you really want to fail.
Well, you are to the minute on time, Bart, today. Well done. 1:45, absolutely perfect. We really look forward to the mindset call next week. This recording of this call will be on the website tomorrow. The summary will be on tomorrow afternoon because I've got things to do in the morning as well, and I've got to write it, but it shouldn't take me too long. And we will see as many of you as possible next week. And remember, your long-term goal or medium-term goal is to look to see who you can bring on to Series 2 and Series 3 of this training. Series 2 will be starting at the end of March. And then there'll be another one starting in June. And as Bart said, we're going to get as many of them through as possible. So get people on the call, get on the call yourself, and let's build a Synergy business. Thank you very much indeed, everyone. Thanks, Bart. Thank you, Kim, for manning the chat session. And we'll see you all next week. Cheerio.
Good night, everybody.